Hello friends, I'm Tim WIldsmith, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new Coverdale Psalter from Anglican Liturgy Press. So I want to start by giving a quick shout out to someone named Jeremy. He is a reader and watcher of Bible Review blog, and he sent me a message a few months ago and said, based on your reviews, I think that you're going to like the new Coverdale Psalter from Anglican Liturgy Press. Jeremy, you were right. Thank you very much for the recommendation. This thing showed up and I immediately fell in love with it. Now, the Anglican Liturgy Press is the liturgical publishing arm of the Anglican Church of North America. I am not Anglican. I was not raised in that tradition, but many of you know I studied at Oxford last year as a visiting scholar at Wycliffe Hall, and Wycliffe Hall is a college at Oxford that's associated with the Church of England, and so many of the students there are ordinands for the Church of England, and so I spent a lot of time in gatherings and worship services and classrooms studying in that kind of tradition of Anglicanism. And really, I've always loved the rhythm of liturgical worship and the Book of Common Prayer and things like that. And so it's something that I have a fondness for, but honestly, you don't have to be Anglican to get a lot out of this. It's just a really cool, beautiful edition of the Psalms that the Anglican Liturgy Press put together to go along with the Book of Common Prayer that was released in 2019. So anyway, the story of the Coverdale Psalms is that Miles Coverdale, back in 1535, so almost 100 years ago, did a translation of the Bible that was very, very popular, and particularly his Psalms of David were very popular. And even after the King James Version came out in 1611, the Church of England continued to use the Coverdale Psalter in its prayer books and with its liturgical rhythms. And so it's been around for a really long time. It's been updated a few times over the years, most notably in the 1950s. In the early 1960s, the Church of England had a committee that they put together to update the Coverdale Psalter, and that included T.S. Eliot and C.S. Lewis. They were on that committee, and it was approved, but it never really kind of took hold. And so when the Anglican Church of North America decided to update this, they went back to the original Coverdale. They looked at those updates. They used the C.S. Lewis and the T.S. Eliot committee's newer version, and they kind of modernized the Coverdale Psalter. And so that's why this is called the new Coverdale Psalter. It's a modern, updated version that kind of gives a nod to and adheres to the original work of Coverdale, as well as some of those updates. So it's 150 Psalms, all in one beautiful package. Really, really beautiful. So if you're looking for something cool to add into the rhythm of your prayer time, your daily study, this is a really cool option. So yeah, before we dive in, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. My goal with Bible Review Blog is to help you find a Bible or something like this, a Psalms book, whatever it may be, that will make you love spending time in the Word of God. And I think this is a really cool version of that. So here we go. This is the new Coverdale Psalter from Anglican Liturgy Press. Okay, this small volume from the outside is just gorgeous. The new Coverdale Psalter. This is a goatskin cover. It's printed and bound by the Royal Youngblood in the Netherlands. Just very, very gorgeous all the way around. Great texture to it. On the spine, there you have the new Coverdale Psalter, the Psalms of David, Anglican Liturgy Press. Really clean on the back. It comes with one gold-yellow ribbon. The text block is got a sewn binding. It's a paste down here with these black end pages. Looks really, really nice. As far as the size goes, it's just under 5.5 inches wide and 7.5 inches tall, and it's less than a ½ inch thick. So it holds in your hand. It's very nice for an individual volume. As far as the looks go, it's very beautiful. Now, on the inside, we open this up. The blank page up front. Here's your copyright information. So you have 2019 from the Anglican Church in North America. So this is the Psalter that went with the Book of Common Prayer from 2019, published by Anglican Liturgy Press. This was first edition in 2020, and then bound in premium goatskin. There's your title page. There's a little bit of information here concerning the history of the Coverdale Bible. There you see from 1535, and then how they got to this updated version of the Psalter. I mentioned that committee that had C.S. Lewis and T.S. Eliot in it, and then the update that happened most recently. So that's just the information about that, really interesting to read. And then you get into the text, and you see it's just a very, very beautiful, well-designed, poetic type setting. At the top here you see day 1, morning prayer. So it's kind of flows for a month of reading through the Psalms. So in the morning prayer of day 1, you have Psalm 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then the evening prayer would go to Psalm 6, 7, 8, and then starts you over day 2 with 9. So you can read through the entire Psalter in a given month. It's got a 13-point font for the biblical text. Really easy to read. The paper is nice and opaque. You can see through it a little bit, but you're not distracted by what's on the other side of the page. Just pull this up there a little bit. Very beautifully done. You notice that each psalm starts a new page, so they allowed themselves the space. So even this one, when it ends on the top line here, they didn't just jam the next one in there. They let you turn the page, so each psalm starts on a new page. It's just really, really, it's classic, it's simple, it's elegant, but it gives you the entire Psalms. I didn't think I mentioned this earlier. The red under gold art gilding on the pages looks really nice. So when you open it up, you kind of see the red on the edges. It's just very, very good. This is a modern translation of that original Coverdale, kind of inspired by it, as well as the updated team that worked on things back in the 1950s and 60s. Just looks beautiful. So it's all 150 Psalms, and then when you get to the end, you get a blank page, and then they have the traditional 1-month Psalm cycle. Whoops. So you have the days, and it says which one. It says down here, if there is the 31st day of the month, Psalms are chosen from among the songs of ascents, which is Psalms 120 to 134. And then you have some selections of Psalms in the back, kind of an index of different themes for the Psalms. All in all, just a very elegant, simple, beautifully done Psalter. And whether you're Anglican or not, I have a lot of love for Anglicanism, particularly the time that I spent at Oxford with the Church of England, and I love the rhythm of the liturgy that they have. And so I really love that. But I think even for just regular old Christians, evangelicals, non-denominational folks, this is a great tool and a beautiful way to engage with the Psalms. And it's very, very lovely. So there you have it. It's the new Coverdale Psalter from Anglican Liturgy Press. Isn't that cool? I would love to know what you think about it, so leave me a comment for sure. You can see more photos of the new Coverdale Psalter. You can see a full write-up from me at BibleReviewBlog.com. There, as well as in the description of this video, I've got links to where you can purchase the new Coverdale Psalter. And definitely check Bible Review Blog out on Instagram and Facebook. We've got a great community there who's sharing with one another and helping one another find really great ways to engage with the Bible. So before you head out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I've got more great reviews coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.